Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we are checking out the Fusilai. You can get the blueprint for the Fusilai from the market, and it's not too expensive. You will need some credits, a little bit of rubido, some salvage, polymer bundles, and 2 nitane extract. The Fusilai are Mastery Rank 7 secondary throwing daggers that do primarily slash damage, but they still have a decent amount of puncture in there as well. Now they come with what are essentially 2 fire modes: Full Auto, which has relatively high crit, below average crit multi, and high status, and Semi-Auto mode, which will throw 3 of them in a horizontal line, and this has very low crit and lower status. So you essentially have a choice between single target and AoE. The good thing about the semi-auto mode is that it actually scales with multi-shot, so you can throw a ton of them at once. One thing to bear in mind with these though is that they don't have a ton of projectile speed, so you really have to lead the target, and they also drop off over distance, so not only do you have to lead the target and account for the target moving, you also have to account for the projectile dropping down over distance. This does get easier if you use them on Gara because it's her signature weapon, so she actually throws them faster, which means you get more projectile speed. And finally, since these are thrown weapons, they can use the thrown weapon exclusive concealed explosives mods, which gives them an 80% chance to explode. And this is actually not too bad, specifically with the secondary semi-auto mode, because you're throwing out a ton of them at once, so you're gonna get some overlapping explosions with it. It's still not amazing though, because the damage of the concealed explosive mod is quite low and you can't really increase it, and the explosions can stagger you if you get hit by them yourself. Now as far as the build goes, I would personally go for something like this, where we run a hybrid setup that focuses on Viral and Slash. So we run the standard assortment of crit mods and the basic mods for secondaries, and then we put in Pistol Pestilence and Frostbite for the viral damage and status, and Carnage Stinger to bring up the slash damage and get some extra status as well. Now the damage on the Fusilai is actually not too bad, but it's also not amazing, and there are 3 main factors to it. Number 1, the crit multi being below average is just not great. Number 2, the base damage isn't super high either, so even if you do get a crit headshot on an enemy and it procs slash, it's not gonna tick for a ton. And number 3, even though we're building around it, there is still a decent amount of puncture on the weapon, so every now and then you will get nothing but puncture procs. And this combined with less than ideal ammo efficiency, so I would actually recommend you run some form of ammo mutation on this weapon as well, means that it can't really push much beyond level 70 or 80. Which, you know, is still pretty good, but even with that, I would still not recommend this weapon to many people. Mainly because, and I usually try to not be too opinionated in these videos, but today I will be, this weapon just feels like absolute trash to use. It just does not feel good. Even on Gara, it's slow with a small magazine and the damage is mediocre at best. But then again, I'm not you, so if you really want to try it out or you like the look of it, go right ahead. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always guys. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful, and I will see you some other time. Bye bye.